this is the 1989 Honda CB1. I guess it's also called a CB400F. I just picked this bike up and thought I'd do a quick video of it. I haven't started doing any work to it yet, but I'll kind of cover off what I'm planning to do. Previous owner kept it pretty nice and spent an exorbitant amount of money fixing a number of things on the bike, so it runs really well. He had the stock pipe ceramic coated. There's been a little bit of paint work done. The rear tail section and the front fender were painted. But yeah, she runs really nice, and came with a couple of boxes of spare parts and quite a number of extras for it. And basically what this is going to need, they can't really see it that well here, but the gas tank has a lot of light scratches on it. I'm not really happy with how that looks, so I will most likely wet sand that tank and have it re-clear coated to get rid of all the little swirls that are in it. I've got a new decal that can go back on here. I'll take that off and then we'll replace that. I just like everything to look as original as possible. And then the previous owner also had these straight bars mounted, and it's really comfortable, but it's not stock, and I like original. I like stock, so I do have the original clip-ons that'll go on there with a new set of grips to put it back to really what it should be. And then aside from that, it's just going to need to be cleaned. I'm pretty picky when it comes to my bikes being cleaned, so it's not too bad. It's pretty decent, but there are there's a number of things that I'm not particularly happy with that needs to be sorted out. I mean, things like look at the dirt. You see the dirt in the fins of that rad protector. That's just not gonna do, so that's gonna need to get cleaned up. And then if we move around this side, you can see that at some point somebody has attempted to paint that engine case there. All the paint is it's the wrong color. It's peeling off. It looks like hell. And similarly underneath here, it's just a bit scabby. It needs to be cleaned up. So we'll get all that sorted out. Again, this will be another winter project. I don't do very much restoration work or wrenching at all in the summer if I can help it. I've got too many other things on the go with the farm, and all the restoration work that I do is the wintertime project. So stay tuned and we'll see how this one comes along. So a number of months later from when I shot the first video on this bike, a lot of what I want to do with it has now been done. Most of that involved cleaning more than anything, I would say. It was a pretty clean bike. The gentleman that owned it before me did keep very good care of it. He's a very nice guy. I consider him to be a friend now. But he did take good care of this motorcycle and spent quite a bit of money getting it up to a pretty nice standard. So what did I do? Not a lot. I think, as I was saying in the earlier part of the footage, it was a bit of cleaning. I did do some detailing and painting of the engine cases. A lot of the paint had started to flake off the cases in and around here, so I repainted that. And then same with the underside of the engine there. And I found a couple of different shades of silver and gray that when you kind of combine those one layer over the other, I did a few test spray out cards. The color was pretty darn close. The only thing that I still would like to do is I'd like to get some of the chrome paint. My painter buddy occasionally gets it. I guess you paint a gloss black, and then there's another layer that you paint over top that actually turns it into looking like chrome. And this is actually supposed to be a chrome finish on here. So when he gets more of that product in, I will probably unscrew this, take it in, and get that chromed. It's like a plastic spray chrome. So I will do that. Aside from that, it was just kind of cleaning and detailing for the most part. I did put the original stock handlebar, the clip-on bars, back on it. The other ones were probably much more comfortable, but I like everything to be stock and original. So they're all back on, and that's about it. It turned out pretty well. The one thing that I did try was I ended up, as part of the package when I bought this, it came with a new, or not a new, but another rear tail section, and it came with a front fender. And I thought I'd take a shot at painting those extra ones that I had to see if I could get a closer paint match. From a distance, this one looks okay, but there's very little metallic in this, and it's a slightly muddier blue than the original of the tank. And then the other thing that I had talked about earlier on was that maybe I would clear coat this tank, kind of wet sand it, but I mean, it polished up okay. And it's certainly clean inside, but I actually found a new old stock tank, which I haven't even put on yet. So they're over here. And so the color that I ended up getting, when I went to the paint shop, I took the new old stock tank with me, and when they did the optical color scan on it, they said, yeah, we can't get a good match. It was way off. I said, that's fine. I said, just give me the paint anyway, and we'll see how it sprays out. So it's almost the same color as what's on the bike now. So you could actually see here the color difference from a new old stock tank. The fender is much muddier in color, whereas obviously the tank is a much brighter shade of blue. So at some point, that tank will be going on the bike, but as of right now, I haven't had the time nor the inclination to want to swap everything over for that, change the petcock and all of that kind of thing. So for now, it looks fine. It's a good looking bike. So another really cool thing about the CB1 is just how freely this little 400cc inline 4 engine revs, 13,500 RPM red line. So yeah, it really sings, really revs out really nice. So one of the things that I don't have for this video is some footage of the bike running, but what I am going to do at some point in the near future is all of these bikes that haven't been started and ridden for a while, we'll do a video, because I usually take a whole day and I heat cycle all the bikes that I haven't actually had on the road for quite some time. So I'll go through them basically one at a time, and I'll do, I don't know, probably at least 2 videos of bringing each of the bikes out for just to start them up, run them, heat cycle them, and then we can listen and look at the bikes run that way. It's too bad you're not able to have smell-o-vision and smell the 2-stroke NS400R. But more to come on the CB1 and some of the other bikes in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and we'll be back soon.